Hey, it's Whoops here with another mercenary video and one last one before we get the big drop on Wednesday. I was going to originally cover this on Friday, but because there's new mercenaries coming out between then and Friday, I figured I didn't want to scrap this, so we're going to cover it now. The idea behind this build is basically to get Kazakus as big as humanly possible so we can just steal all of our opponent's mercenaries. Is it the best idea in the world? Probably not. But it's really funny to be able to just wham your opponent with a 40 attack Kazakus and steal whatever you want to off of their board. So let's get into the mercenary by mercenary breakdown. Guff is the first mercenary on the team. We're using a Blooming Shroom as his equipment to make his first ability give additional stats. This is the main way you're actually going to scale your damage up, and you're probably going to actually want to attack with him each individual turn last, just so you can scale Kazakus as much as humanly possible. Tirion is the second mercenary on the team, and we're using the Ashbringer equipment, which is the Death Rattle, give all mercs on your battlefield and bench +8/+8, another way to scale up Kazakus. It also scales up Sinestra, but that's okay too. And the main ability that you're probably going to be using with him is Divine Assault, but sometimes you're going to try to snipe in with a Judgment of Humility on some low HP mercenary. And finally, we have King Mukla in the starting up lineup, and probably the one that you're going to want to actually put down first and attack with first. For him, we're using radioactive bananas to scale the attack of each banana up even more, so we can scale up each individual mercenary we actually have, and we're going to be spamming Banana Frenzy with him on the team. Kazakus is the main reason I wanted to make a build like this, and we're mainly using him as a way to steal our opponent's mercenaries, as mentioned before. We're using Wildvine as his equipment, and we are basically trying to shapeshift him as quickly as humanly possible. There are some cases where you're going to want to summon a 2020 with taunt, but for the most part you're going to try to make him use true shape as quickly as possible. Sinestra is the next mercenary on the team, and we're using her with Mana Brooch as a way to increase the survivability of both her and Kazakus once he actually transforms into a dragon. And the final mercenary on the team is Sky Admiral Rogers, who we're using Swashbuckling Sash as her equipment to increase the scaling on her first ability. But for the most part, you really want to use her second ability on either Kazakus to make him instantly transform, or on Sinestra once she actually slows herself down. And outside of that, you're basically just using the first ability. With that all being said, let's look at some games. Okay, so we are mainly against protectors, which might be a little bit frightening for a build like this. Actually, it doesn't really matter too much what it actually is. We do have a nice even split on the starting lineup. Okay, so it looks like attack. I don't actually know what to call this. We're just going to go for the Trigore because anything else makes no sense. We're going to try to snipe Trigore with the final ability on Guff, but we never know. Though we are probably going to get ran into with the Varian, which is going to be a little bit frustrating, but it is what it is. We don't even get to attack with the Tirion, but we do get to buff up the Guff to absurd levels. And this should actually just one-shot Trigore here, restoring HP, and then of course they're going to be hitting into our Guff with the Varian. We're going to put down the Rogers just so we can instantly make Guff actually nuke down the Varian, so we don't actually have to deal with Varian either, unless they put something down that's more interesting to kill instantly. Hey, that actually kind of categorizes as more interesting, though we can just instantly one-shot it no matter what too. We're going to try to hit the Nizal with the Mukla, but it really just depends if they're going to put up the taunt or not. Okay, so they put up the taunt on Garrosh, but it didn't really matter too much. We do need to get rid of the Divine Shield on Varian as quickly as possible, probably. We can't instantly make the Kazakus actually transform, and that's going to be a little bit of a problem, in theory at least. We're going to try to snipe the Nizal, then we're going to attack into the Varian, even if I don't really want to. We could actually use firing position instead. Okay, so we didn't manage to kill anything there. They got our Guff, which is sad, but is okay. We're just gonna use that preemptively, and then we're gonna instantly transform. And hopefully we can get 2020 worth of stats on the Kazakus, because that would be really funny. Though I think Valera is just gonna snipe our golem out of existence. Okay, let's see how they actually do this. Okay, they're going to give probably Varian Divine Shield again, which is a little bit frustrating. We do actually get the 2020 worth of stats on Kazakus, which is actually really good. The Admiral is almost dead, which is kind of sad, but it is what it is. We're just going to, again, preemptively heal up the Sinestra, and then we're going to use Reshape to snipe the Valera, I guess. And going to make sure the order there is actually in the correct order. They're going to use Retaliate, which is fine. We do get the Nizao, which is actually really good here. They're going to hit into our Kazakus, and then we're going to hit them there. They're only going to have, I am assuming, Cookie left. Yeah, Cookie. So we should just be able to win. We can steal their Varian, because why not? And then we can use Headbutt on the Cookie. Again, why not? Okay, so they're going to sadly kill their own Varian. I really would have wanted to steal that, but oh well. And then we should just be able to win here by stealing their Cookie. He's my Cookie now. Okay, so a mainly fighter team. This might be a little bit frustrating for our comp. We might be able to just snipe one of their fighters out of existence if Mukla hits himself a bunch. Okay, so they have a Trigore. We're going to want to kill the Trigore first. Might want to swap around these again. I always make that mistake. I really should have ordered them properly when I was making the build. But oh well. Okay, Trigore's going to get buffed. Tirion's going to get nuked. That does make it really high chance of us just buffing up the Guff to a point where we can snipe them out of oblivion right there. And now what do we want to put down here? Let's put down Sinestra. She's already buffed a bunch. We should be able to continue to just nuke one of their fighters each individual turn. We're going to be able to one-shot the Sinestra here, actually. Then we can attack into... oh, we could use Iron Bark too. Yeah, we can attack into the Nefarian. That should kill the Nefarian no matter what this turn. We're going to hit our Guff. We're going to use Twilight Extinction. Okay, we're not going to be able to kill the Nefarian, but we should be able to nuke the Sinestra, which is the biggest threat. Then put down Rogers. And they just give up. Alright, so they're mainly casters, which actually isn't that bad of a sign. I would have preferred mostly protectors, but it is what it is. We're going to put these down like this. I probably should have put Guff on the most right, but it doesn't really matter as long as you use his ability last. And it's actually Frost, but with a lot of free support. That's actually kind of interesting to see. It's been a while since I've seen Lich King. We're going to try to hard focus down the Varden, because that's probably how they're going to scale up most of their damage. They're going to freeze the Mukla, which is a little bit frustrating, but it is what it is. They're going to do a bit of damage to both of our mercenaries, killing the Tirion already. We can put down Sinestra next, because there's mainly casters, so why not? Going to use Banana Frenzy, Runic Slam, and then use Twilight Extinction, because why not? I really do want to get the Varden dead as quickly as possible, but it's not going to be that easy if they keep freezing our mercenaries. Okay, so we can either put down Admiral or Kazakus. We can put down Kazakus to just put a taunt in between us and some of their mercenaries and heal up a little bit. We're going to heal up Sinestra, do some damage to Lich King, put up a taunt, and then pass the turn to them. Because as much as I want to transform, This is honestly probably the better solution, because that will happen, and then that'll slow, they'll do some damage there, we'll attack into Lich King, we'll nuke their entire board, and then we just have Rogers to instantly trigger Kazakus anyways here. Okay, so Jaina, Belinda, and Local, not really shocked about that. We're gonna try to focus down the Local, I think. We're gonna use the Sky Positioning, Twilight Extinction, and then True Shape. This should prevent them from getting any additional damage out of their Local. They're gonna freeze Sinestra. Hopefully this doesn't really hit Sinestra, and it doesn't, to my shock. But it's actually really nice. I'm gonna transform, and then we can steal the Local this turn. We're also going to probably want to heal up the Sinestra, because I don't think Kazakus is going to live for a long period of time. We're going to steal the most important mercenary from them, though. So, not too big of a deal there. Yeah, it was between that or Sinestra dying, and I think we have a higher chance of actually winning with Sinestra alive, so... We're going to use Hailstorm and Firing Position probably here. And that sadly didn't trigger on anything, because they were using Frostburn, and now we just basically keep passing the turn back and forth, and healing Sinestra, and we should win, actually. We need 2 big hits on the Belinda, and we're fine. And it only takes 1 big hit on the Jaina to pop her shield. Now they're gonna take a bunch of damage, and then we heal up a little bit more. Okay, they're going to summon an Elemental. They could have actually just won this turn. Wonder why they didn't. We can use the Mana Barrier, and we're perfectly fine from here forward. Too late on that freeze. Okay, so an even split. Doesn't really tell us much information. Just going to put down these 3 as our starting lineup. Okay, so Varian, Sky Admiral, and Tirion. Interesting for a starting line. Varian is probably the one that we want to kill first, to be honest here. Admiral could be a little bit annoying, but also probably should have swapped around the... Yeah, do it like that instead. Sure, they're going to gain a bunch of attack, but it's fine if we can actually just nuke the character out of oblivion here. Okay, they kill the Mukla, they kill our Tirion, and now we're left with a Guff. Okay, so what is their bench going to be? Okay, so let's do True Shape and then Twilight Extinction. We could have actually just nuked the Anduin out of existence probably, but they did do the humility against Sinestra, so that's fine. I'm gonna do that, heal up Sinestra a little bit, and then use Reshape on the Anduin. Though we might have just wanted to shoot for the Sky Admiral. We probably could have killed it this turn if we did. Okay, Holy Word Salvation. Kind of glad we didn't try to not split our damage here. They do get the Guff, which is fine. The Twilight Extinction gets ate by the Divine Shield, which is a bit frustrating. We should be able to snipe the Admiral out of existence with our own Admiral, and actually no, we don't have enough attack on the Kazakus yet. We can use Reshape, or we could use a Golem. I'm trying to think. That's 25 damage. Actually, we could Reshape on the Tirion and hopefully actually steal their Tirion. Okay, they give their Tirion Divine Shield, so I guess we don't get to steal that. Oh, well, that's one way to fix that. We're going to heal up the Kazakus here. Attack into their Anduin, and then we should be able to get the Sky Admiral? I don't know. Going for Anduin just to try to kill him this turn. As long as the fact that I don't get Divine Shield on everything here, we should be able to just snipe him out of existence. There goes their 2 casters, and now we just have to deal with whatever's on the bench with 2 really buffed up casters, so we should be able to snipe the Protector out of existence. Okay, Cariel. Actually going to want to kill that first. Let's attack into it with both of our casters and then use Twilight Extinction. I know Leroy could actually just screw this completely up. They do kill one of our casters, which is a bit annoying, but it's okay. Okay, so we should get the Cariel next turn. Going to heal up the Kazakus and then go for the Cariel again. Okay. We do get it in the correct order there. They're not going to heal up for full here. We're going to get the Tirion instead of the Cariel. And then they only have the Leroy, and I would just give up at this point if I were them, and they do. Alright, now that we're through the games, let's discuss my final thoughts of the build overall. This is actually a really fun build to actually play. I know this is probably not the best way to actually abuse the Guff, Tirion, and Mukla combo, but at the same time, it's really funny being able to just steal a bunch of your opponent's mercenaries, and no one's going to expect that out of Kazakus. They might focus him down for other reasons, but you're going to win a lot of games without them realizing what's going on, as you can steal some really important key mercenaries that will increase your own survivability by quite a lot, or just increase your damage output. Honestly, it's an easy build for me to recommend just because there isn't actually a single legendary mercenary in this entire group, and that actually is pretty cool to actually say that something like this can actually see relatively competitive play without too much time investment. Like always, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and until next time, bye bye.